Today, I want to talk about the biggest stress retirees have, the fear of running out of money. Okay. This past weekend, I was actually talking to a couple that just retired. Monte Carlo score in the 90s. Their withdrawal rate was probably 3.25%. Um, Half of that was fixed income coming in from a pension. They were in great shape. I mean, they were in the top 4 or 5% of people that I talked to. And they were so stressed about how were they going to withdraw money. They thought about taking a home equity line of credit, a loan, to pay their expenses in retirement. They were so stressed about their net worth going down that they thought about taking a loan. So think about that for a minute. You worked 35, 40 years for this moment, and you're worried about taxes. Where's your money coming from? Maybe I should take out a loan so I could still see my net worth go up. Now, it really doesn't go up because, if you take out a loan, it's against your net worth. But it's very stressful, and people are searching for a solution. I found this article that I think really brings home for my audience, you, a message that I think is powerful. Okay, very powerful, because this is not the average audience. You're not the average retiree person thinking about retiring. No way, not even close. That's not you as a group. So I'm going to share my screen here, and I'm going to go to an article that I'm going to uh, go through, and I'm going to link this as well. So why you're wasting time worrying about safe withdrawal rates. I'm not sure why this lock makes any sense here, but let's jump into this. Let's stop arguing about safe withdrawal rates. Stop debating, dissecting, and obsessing, because for many of us, it's not the right conversation. Here's the paradox I see keeping the people keep seeing in the personal finance space. The purpose code is reader supported public. I don't know what that is. Sorry about that. Got distracted. A 2024 Morningstar study revealed that half of Americans retiring at age 65 could run out of money. There's the boogeyman. Okay. Um, that's what we're all worried about, complaining about, stressing about. That's a sobering statistic, but it's based on a comprehensive simulation data and a host of economic assumptions about Social Security and market returns, saving habits, and more. But on the other hand, every financial advisor that I speak to, this person, I'm going to give them credit, Grummett, Jordan Grummett. When he talked to financial advisors, he gets a wildly different experience. When I ask them how many of their clients run out of money, the answer is always unanimous, none. In fact, spending time with encouraging, he's spending time with, sorry, I'm tripping up here, with clients on spending more, not less, is what they are spending their time on. So what's going on? Okay, so let's look at the data from August 2024. Retirement shortfalls are more likely in baby boomers and Gen Xers. There's a looming crisis. Can't afford to retire. Lower income individuals will disproportionately experience these shortfalls. Black and Hispanics are at greater risk. Single women at greater risk than single men. Above, after analyzing everything, 45% of current workers are expected to fall short. But these are realities, but they don't describe everyone. Okay, and that's a sample of the population, and they probably don't describe those listening to my videos. You're, if you're the kind of person that listens to podcasts and consumes financial data, it's probably not going to happen to you. You're probably contributing to a 401k or a Roth IRA. You're likely not part of the lowest income brackets. You're educated enough to know the value of delaying Social Security. You've saved, planned, optimized, and yes, probably worry more than you should. So no, you're probably not going to run out of money. In fact, if you know enough about to be talking about safe withdrawal rates, you're already in a different category. The simple fact that you're asking, should I spend 3.2, 4, 5% reveals something telling. You've done the work. You know what the pros and cons, and maybe even putting guardrails on those plans. You're in the 5%, okay? The top 5%. It's an academic exercise, but most often a distraction for people like you. Here's what I've observed over and over again. The people most concerned about outliving their money will tend to be the least likely to actually do so. They stack conservative assumption upon conservative assumption, projecting higher than expected inflation. This is very typical of this audience. I get feedback on most of you that have gone with Donaldson Capital Management for a $300 plan review, or have gone to Defining Wealth for a $300 review, or Money Pickle for a free, CFP for 45 minutes. Almost all of them say, man, your audience is very conservative with rates of return and has, very high inflation, and has plans for sequence of return risk that may be even excessive, and they end up having, stressing over this. And when you put more realistic numbers into their equation, they have plenty of money and they should not be stressing about this. So if you're stressing about withdrawal rates and all these terms like sequence of return, you're in the top about 5%. Oh, that top 5% is my number. Yes, the 4% rule is a rule of thumb that has loosely correct, but it's not meant to put shackles on you. I'm quoting back to the article. The truth is, you can't predict the future. Black swan events happen. Long-term care needs happen. Unexpected medical expenses happen. But most likely, if you're watching this channel, your biggest concern in retirement will be under living. That means not spending what you could. And it's actually, although I don't list it as number one, I expect in 10 years that's going to be my biggest regret, is underspending. Now I am spending a little bit more on my kids, on some travel experiences for them. We booked a vacation with all of them, all expense paid by Lisa and I, this coming year. Got a couple big travel plans for next year. Going to take a couple week cruise through the Panama Canal. Going to go to Montana and North Dakota on a drive. We're going to drive that one, but that'll be close to 3 weeks. May not have any videos during that time. But back to the article, instead of spending hours tweaking your safe withdrawal spreadsheet, you should figure out what matters to you, what experiences light you up, what do you want to say yes to when your time, when you're done working, bucket list kind of stuff. And spend is what this article is saying. You're in this top 5%. I've talked to over 300 clients I've talked to when I was doing retirement coaching, and the vast majority of them, when the majority of them, I would say a third of them, I asked them, why aren't you retired now? And about the other, the other 70% were in great shape. I've only had to tell a couple of clients that I was very concerned about their plan. Most of them were just stressed and they wanted somebody else to look at their plan. Retirement isn't a fixed equation. There's no perfect answer. There's going to be a leap of faith, but trust your ability to adapt. And if you are a student of retirement and investing and where the traps are, like this audience is, you're probably going to be just fine. I'm not saying throw away planning, back to the article. I'm saying don't confuse precision with purpose. Like you're wasting your time. I think that's this. So no, I don't know what the safe withdrawal rate is. And honestly, I don't care. Basically, if you know your stuff, don't stress this. Okay, don't stress. This for this audience. Let me stop sharing here. If you know the traps and you know the traps that other people are talking about, that's why my channel, I share my experiences, my decisions, and hopefully it helps you get more confidence in, that you haven't missed anything in your retirement planning. I highly recommend you contact the folks at Donaldson Capital Management. They're the sponsor of today's video, and get a $300 review from a certified financial planner. They'll spend about an hour looking at your plan, and then they'll talk to you about gaps and positive things inside your plan, how you can get a little bit better. And I've had overwhelmingly positive reviews from people that are doing that. You got to get out of your own head. In your own head, there's paranoia. You may think about taking out a loan to pay your expenses because you don't want to, touch your nest egg that you've been planning for this day. And the folks at Donaldson will talk you off the ledge, make you feel comfortable, give you the confidence to make the decision to go ahead and spend down your money at an appropriate rate. So hopefully you enjoyed today's video. I'll link this article. I really think it makes a lot of sense that people that are studying and adapting and creating their plans, have their plans checked by others, they're not going to be in the group statistically, probability wise, of the people that run out of money. I just don't see it. Make sense? This is Joe out.